it's been a while. I said I was gonna make a video in a minute to pass the funded, but I just want to come in here and say that I do feel like changing the content. Don't want to be generic. I don't want to, be strictly posting trade recaps and just like boring stuff, I guess, stuff that people wouldn't usually watch. So I'm kind of shifting towards like shifting content, I should say. Of course I want to make trading videos still and upload trading content. Of course, that's the whole point of this channel, the niche. The videos, regarding trading and how I trade and what I trade and when I trade and all this other stuff, like I don't find it interesting. I find it like all over the industry, I should say. A lot of people post trading recap, and then there's a lot of people that post educational content. Then there's a lot of people that just post cool trading videos that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of that cool trading video content creation niche. I just don't want to be disclosing, how much we're making and all this other stuff, because eventually I feel like it will get to a point where we probably shouldn't disclose it, and I kind of want to prepare myself for that. And even then, I don't want to seem like the type of person that's just doing it for that either. And of course it's all over the industry, and that's kind of another reason why it's very saturated. A lot of people do post trading recaps, and they tell you how much they made, and then they try to sell you their Discord server and all this other stuff. But I don't want to be like that. I want to do something different, and I want to just stand out, I guess. I don't want to be like the rest of the trading community, and I want to be a good trader, of course. I want to be a really good trader, actually. And I don't want to be no sorry trader trying to promote no content. I want to back it up with my skills, and I am still on the funded account. Let me give y'all an update. I know y'all are probably curious. So this is the funded account. I'm basically up 3%. I did take a euro trade, and we are up 3%. And we got out of drawdown, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing that I'm really proud of. Just getting out of drawdown was probably one of the hardest things from this trading challenge. And the no time limit is beautiful. I believe this is why you should have a no time limit challenge, because if I was to do a time limit challenge, as soon as I started the trade, I would have probably lost right around here. I would have been in so much drawdown, and then 30 days, this would have been over. But since we don't have that no time limit, we did, and we were able to get out of that drawdown. Main focus that really shifted was taking a break. You can see these long periods where I didn't trade for a couple of days, and those periods are where you really develop yourself, I should say. If you aren't doing anything during those periods, then you aren't going to get the results you want, and you have to be able to sit down and reflect as to what you're doing wrong and what you can improve on. And you have to set out and do that. If not, then you're going to keep getting the same results. So you have to change something internally, and you have to defeat yourself mentally and tell yourself that you're doing this wrong, fix it, and then fix it. And as simple as that. A lot of people overcomplicate it, or they let the emotions get to them, and then they start revenge trading and they start losing more, and I was one of them. That's how I blew my first account on this platform, my funded FX, my MT5 account. I blew it. I'm going to just show you the statistics and the overview one last time before I start changing the content. I did take a while from the content break on the YouTube channel to really reflect on what type of content I want to be posting, and I want to go back to what I was originally posting, the vlogs and what we do during the day, I guess you can say. I feel like those are more informative, and they provide you more value as to how a trader performs and how he lives on a day-to-day basis. And that's kind of something that a lot of people don't usually post on here, and that's kind of why I want to start posting that. But our best trade is always below the worst trade, which is something I'm trying to work on. Our average win versus our average loss, again, something I'm trying to work on. I do believe the average RR is really low because we take partials, and that's something I am trying to work on too. I'm only trying to take 2 partials, no more than that. And then if it's a plus setup, like a setup that I really know is going to pan out and hit our full target, then of course I'm just going to let it run to the full target and just trail the stop loss into profit, into key areas where I don't expect price to return to. Our win rate is really high, again, because we take partials. We're reducing the risk and exposure to lose, but we are reducing the profit. So that's something I really am trying to work on right now. But yeah, I guess I can show you how the trade I took today, and then we're going to basically call it a video one last time. So it all started on SPX. We were originally on the 15-minute time frame, but we started off from the hourlies. We usually start off hourlies, and then we have the weekly here, and we see where our weekly is. And of course, we're still bullish on the daily. We are a little bit in the zoner here, I should say. We are retracing back and forth. There is buy side and there is sell side here, and there is liquidity in this imbalance. So that's kind of why I like to refer back to it. Still, even though I got filled multiple times, I just want to see. And then eventually on the 4-hour, we do have this inversion fair value gap and an order block here. And if we do go use our Fibonacci for the bodies only, you can see price was always below the main threshold of that order block. And then if you go to the 2-hour time frame, you can see, oh yeah, the 4-hour, we can see we had another order block here, 2 up-close candles with a big little gap in there, and it was close to the inversion fair value gap. So I was like, all right, either both of them act as resistance or they both act as support. There is no one or another, and that's kind of what my bias was today. And I saw that on the hourly we were a little bit bearish, and I did draw this order block, but then I think it got filled. Yeah, it got filled mostly, and then the main threshold was getting filled and tapped into. Probably could have shorted. And then we did have a SIBI, then another one up here. That's kind of what I was seeing. And then eventually on the 30-minute time frame, another order block. You could have probably drew the main threshold, but I already had the 4-hour one, so I was referring back to that one, not really that one. On the lower time frame, I usually like to use higher time frame PD arrays. And 5-minute time frame, we did sweep this liquidity right here that I was watching, and I was watching it. We swept it. I was like, all right. Then I went to the 1-minute time frame, and then I saw break in market structure. This is what I look for. I saw the liquidities, easy 22 model. Of course, I use other models. And then you wait for a displacement candle, a break of market structure, and I left a fair value gap. So I rather. But our first target, we had 3 targets today. For our first one was right here, and then our second one was for a 15-minute, 2 15-minute candles. One was an inversion. This one right here. One was for the inversion, and then another one was at this bottom of this fair value gap, or the bottom of this low. I mean, we got it confused. And that was basically it. That was basically all our partials, and you know, it kind of cut my profit short, I will say that, but you know, I am going to start working on that. So the first would have been a 1 to 2, then the second would have been a 1 to 4, the third 1 to 5, and that's basically it. That's going to be it for today's video, and I just want to tell y'all that we are going to go back to what we originally were doing. So I think I'm on month. I just need to start documenting more, and I want to start documenting these important moments for when I get, you know, a funded past, or when I do this, when I do that. And I feel like it's more valuable than doing trading recaps and just telling you what I found and what I saw. You know, it's more valuable as to what you see, what I do in a day, and it really motivates me more, you know, to continue to do what I'm doing and be consistent. And I have been lacking consistency, and I do believe, you know, we are getting the results we want now because we have changed our system, but I just want to get there more quickly, more precise, and you know, the consistency compounds and is adding up now. But I feel like we're getting better, and I want to continue to grow and not be comfortable and just continue to be better at trading. So one thing that I'm working on, and I'll continue to work on that for a while. Till then, I'll see y'all later, and the new content will be coming out probably next week. Peace.